Hey guys, so right in front of the Met Museum, Wednesday, and look who's here, Dan himself. I've come here a couple of times, I haven't seen Dan, but now he's here. And this line was up to the door. I'm not even kidding. He's got his little sign, as seen on Netflix, Munchies, Frontline, New York Times, New York Nico, Humans of New York. He's here. So I'm just gonna ask him what the updates are. Everybody knows this story. If not, I'll just put a link below on Munchies, I think. It was a good one. About his fight with New York City and having this hot dog stand here. So we all know that, but I just want like a nice update, a 2023 update as to what's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna do a chili dog and then I'll do a jumbo dog also.
Like some mustard and ketchup on the chili?
Just mustard on that. And then on the jumbo, I'll do mustard, sauerkraut, onions, and relish.
Mustard, ketchup, onions, and relish?
Just mustard, sauerkraut, onions, and relish.
Okay.
Yeah, no ketchup. Thanks.
There you go.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Here we go. We got the chili dog. Looks beautiful. You can put it right in the sun. Oh, yeah. Dan's busy. Dan's got a line of people. So let's try this chili dog. Let's try that one first, and then we'll talk to Dan a little bit. I got the jumbo over there. Looking good. Mustard gives it a good taste. The chili's really good. Nice ground beef. The hot dog itself is perfect, and the bread too. Look at the snap on that. Really good. You guys know I'm not a big chili fan, but the chili itself is really good. Beautiful jumbo dog. We got the relish. It's all right, Dan. I forgive you. He's busy. Hopefully we can talk to him for a minute. All right. Trying the jumbo dog. Just like I remember it. Perfect. Dan missed the relish, but I forgive him. This is really good. Jumbo dog, it has flavor. It's nice and salty. The onions are fresh. Sauerkraut's fresh. You gave me a nice hefty amount of sauerkraut too. I got to look at the pricing. I think the pricing went up, right? Jumbo dog $7 and the regular hot dog's $4. I think it did go up a little bit. I might be wrong, but you guys got to come here and try this out. Chili dog, 9.2, really good. Jumbo dog, 9.6, 9.7. Right when I thought I could talk to him and the line was getting shorter, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. And more people, and more people. Every time there's one person online and I'm gonna make my way up, so more people make the line. All right, I gotta make the line or else I'm never gonna see this guy. I saw him and I go, hey, I almost said Carlo because his name is Dan Rossi. Dan Rossi. I almost said, hey, Carlo Rossi. Huge mistake. Everyone knows that you guys have a jug of Carlo Rossi in your house somewhere. Definitely in the basement or under the kitchen sink. or with the other wines. So remember, it's Dan Rossi, not Carlo Rossi. Got to make the line. Hopefully, we talk a little bit. Finally, Dan, on my third hot dog now. On my third hot dog. Let me get a regular one.
Yeah.
Sauerkraut, mustard, sauerkraut, and onions. That's how I like it. Dan, what's the update? What's going on with everything? We know the story.
Well, to tell you the truth, they came one night, they scraped my decals,
Really?
and then to get to court, it took months to get to court, the way they're doing it. And the only reason they can scrape the decals is if I leave this abandoned and food in.
Right.
We never did that. It never happened. We're here so many years, they know it. So they went ahead and actually said that they took pictures of it, and all this nonsense. So I went to court and I said, okay, show me the pictures.
Right.
We got no pictures. We got no pictures. Was there food in there? Maybe there was food in there. I said, you're trying to tell me that my daughter and I lost 11 days of work because you guys playing games with me? If there's food in there, show me the proof. If there's no food in there, then you guys lie.
Exactly.
Judge, do it eye to eye. But all that nonsense.
Well, you still got to go through that.
Oh,
You're losing time.
Are you kidding me?
And you know what? I don't want to stoke the fire either. But you got the fruit vendor right here next to you.
Nothing. You got it.
And nothing. They don't say anything to him?
They're told to leave plots alone if they have no permits or license.
Okay.
So who do you go after? Guy who's legal.
Right.
And if you came tomorrow, you'll see about 8 or 10 other hot dog carts.
Yeah.
None of them are veterans. None of them own permits. Some of them don't have permits and licenses. They just gave up on enforcement, but they selectively enforce.
Right.
I'm the key.
Yeah.
I am the key. When I go, that's it.
Right.
The veterans in the city are dead when I go.
Right.
And they all know it.
I just sat there for a while. I counted 20 people, 25 in a span of 10, 15 minutes.
Is that right?
Yeah. Is it always that busy?
No, not on a Wednesday.
Not on a Wednesday because it's closed. So I don't know what it is.
Well, it must be me.
But it's good.
Like me.
They love you. So they got you fighting through all this, huh? And the city of New York just keeps on coming.
Keep coming. They keep coming all they want. I hate to say it, but it's just not right.
It's not right.
It's not right. After a while, it's real tiring. And you sit down with these council members and stuff, they're all for it. Oh, we're going to help the vets, and then nothing.
Fake promises.
Promises, none. I gave up on them a long time ago.
Oh man. So you heard it from Dan. I know that people were taking pictures, but look at this beauty. Man, poor Dan. I really didn't know he was fighting like that just to keep it. And he's right, man. You got all these other carts over here that no one's saying anything, but they just keep wasting his time because he has to go to court. He has to go show up. That's a day's worth of work. And meanwhile, you got other people here selling stuff, mangoes and fruits, and probably, like you mentioned, other hot dog carts. Look at this. That looks amazing. You can't beat it. You can't. This is really good. All beef hot dog, you got the snap, a lot of relish on there, fresh, you could tell, nice and green. Onion sauce also fresh. I stand by these scores, man. Hey Dan, thanks again, buddy. Anything else you want to mention? Any updates? I'm filming right there. Any updates? Anything you want to mention?
The way things are going with this influx of immigrants and stuff, not that I'm all for everybody working. I put so many people to work when they came to this country. You can't even believe it.
Correct.
They put me out of business for doing that.
Yeah.
But you gotta play by the rules. It's gotta be fair. You
Right.
understand? You can't treat me different. It's like the opposite of everything that's going on.
Right.
Dude, they got permits. The city's got 1,000 permits in the drawer. They lie to everybody. We got it from the FOIL request. They're sitting on them, not issuing them. Give these people permits if that's what they're crying for.
Right.
And if they don't want to work without a permit, then get them out of here.
Right.
You give them and it's not like you even have to be a citizen. You don't. This is a sanctuary city. They'll give you the license. They'll give you the permit.
Right.
The city's holding them back. They're the ones causing this problem.
So why do you think they're doing that?
Oh,
There
the
has to be a
business
reason.
groups, the business groups, the business improvement districts.
Okay.
We caught them on the veterans. Just give a veteran issue.
Okay.
Veterans are always entitled to vend in New York City. We go into state law. They guarantee us the right. So what they did back, I'm an old timer. So
Okay.
in '83, they came up with a cap on permits, and they included the vets. Now, no vets, even me at the time, because I was a manufacturer. I wasn't really defending it. Picked up on it. So for 40 years now, they've been denying veterans the right to vend food, saying there's a cap. There can't be a cap for veterans. Veterans in the law, in the state law, you don't even need a permit. All you need is a license. And I caught the city on it. I questioned. I said, do you consider it a permanent license? They said, no. I said, so I don't need one, right? And they shut up. I said, you got to answer me. And they shut up. We got them. You know, I took it to court. I got my daughter a permit. I took it to court. I got every veteran in the city, disabled veteran in the city a permit. I opened locations for them. And what the city does to counter that, they come up with a rule that's really illegal, but nobody fights it. I can't fight every battle.
Right.
You know.
So who's the battle with mostly? City Hall or is it Congress?
It's not. No, can't forget Congress.
Senator,
it's not
local.
even City Hall.
Not even.
It's the Corporation Council, the lawyers for the city.
Don't they
They're the
change
ones.
every couple of years though?
No, wait a minute. Every couple of years, the head guy changes.
Right.
But the lawyers have been there for 30 years. The guys that I knew 25 years ago are still
there.
They lied 25 years ago. You have to continue with the lie.
Right.
No one's got the guts to do it. I have to be in a position where they're damaging me for me to take it to court.
Right.
I'm not in that position.
Right.
I won my, I won.
Right.
I can't go ahead and say that they're denying me a license for permit. I got the oldest permit in the city. So, it's got to be a new guy with a little guts. It's got to go in there and say, hey, listen, I want a permit. You don't want to give it to me? I'll work without it. See what you're going to do to me. That's how you do it. That's what we did.
Right.
When they had 2 lists for disabled veterans to get permits. I grabbed the veteran. I said, you're telling me you're waiting 5 years for a permit? When they're giving permits out every day and they're waiting, can you wait? You're a disabled vet? Took him to court. He was like number 140 something on the list. And they called, oh, you're lucky. You got it. Wait a minute. So I told them, don't take it. I told them, I want every veteran on those lists to get a permit. And then I'll take it. And the magic happened. They found all these permits for the vets. See?
Right.
You catch them on their lies. They got nowhere to go. But I can't do it. I just, they did it to my daughter. We fought, we won. But, let me tell you, if a young vet came to me right now and said they're not giving it to him, I'd take him right into court. I'd open it up for every veteran, not disabled, veteran.
Yeah.
And go by it. But, it's the hardest part is to explain how this happened. All because of one lousy bastard, Donald Trump. He did this. When he was putting his building up in the early 80s,
yeah,
he was on the radio every day whining like a little kid. Whining, these vendors are killing us. It looks like Baghdad. It's this, all this food. That's when they came out with the law to cap the permit.
Oh.
And then they tied the vets to it.
All right.
And then 10 years later, you had the veterans kicked out of Midtown Manhattan who did have a license.
So this is something 43 years ago that started.
This started with Donald Trump when he put up his book.
Oh.
He's the most miserable prick in the world. Look, he says it himself. I don't want to see any cripples in front of my around. They make me look bad.
Meanwhile, there's a ton of hot dog carts in front of his building right now.
They're not vets.
Yeah.
They're not vets.
Yeah.
Now it's different. He's not New York anymore.
Right.
He's not whining. He's running for his life, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
No matter what you hear, he's scared. He's going to jail, this guy. But,
I know.
But
so,
you can't go backwards. You got to go forward.
I know. You got to go forward. You got to fight it. I feel I feel bad for you going through this, but at the same time, I feel like it does give you that strength to see that there's an injustice, and you're like, the more you treat me like this, the more I'm going to fight back. And that's it. Yeah, exactly. So what are the next steps now?
Well, actually, then it's hard to say the next step because what we really need is enforcement. They won't do it. And you see what this mayor did? He took it from one department and threw it in sanitation. What the hell does the sanitation department know about this?
Right.
The consumer affairs, they didn't know what they would do. You got to keep it to the health department.
Right.
And then you have to make sure that the upper echelon of the inspections are on the up and up.
Right.
Because a lot of times they'll pass by certain vendors and go with no other vendors.
Right.
When you see that, then you know something's wrong.
Something's up.
Something's not right, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how they would do that, but if you want to make straighten the business out, let me be in charge for a month.
There you go.
I'll straighten vending out in a minute, and I'll make sure a lot of people get permits.
Right.
A lot of people.
Right.
With all the bums, they're going to be gone.
So what's the steps to get the permit? Like, do you just pay a fee? Yeah.
All you need is to get you. First, you got to get your license.
Okay.
When you get your license, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Now you say, I want a permit. They say, we don't have it.
Okay.
That's
All
the
right.
problem.
Got it.
That's when you walk into court and say, wait a minute. You know, I got a FOIL request saying you got 1,000 permits, different types, you know. All different
Right.
types. I want one. Well, you got to go on a list. Why do I got to go on a list? I want one right now. You understand?
Right.
And when you go on a list, what does that mean?
Right. Who's looking over this list?
Nobody.
Who's pushing up? You have no idea what number you are. You have no idea who got a permit, who didn't. Right.
There's no way. It's all jokes. All it is a way of stalling you. Hey, listen, they'll get tired. They won't want one.
Exactly.
That's what it is. We'll keep the. It's not right. You know, it's not right. You know, all the abuses that we took. Why didn't you just help some of these guys?
Yeah.
You know, that's why they attacked me in the beginning, because I saw the abuses, and I stepped in. And I said, you know, and they even told me, Dan, you don't step out, we're going to destroy you. I said, you do what you got to do. But I'm not going to watch a disabled veteran get abused. Any person, I can't handle anybody,
any
especially a guy
injustice,
who served his country and got wounded.
Yeah.
You're talking to the wrong guy.
Right.
And who I was talking to, all guys who dodged the draft and all that. You know,
Yeah.
not the. You know,
I know. I got you.
It's
but
not-
the's reasons behind
there's
certain
one thing that-
decisions.
you don't believe in fighting, going to war. Good for you. If you go up to me and say I'm a conscientious objector, I'll stand behind you 1,000,000%. But if you fake your way out of it and make some other poor chump get it,
Yeah.
that's what they did during Vietnam. That's
Right.
why not one politician's get served.
Right.
You know, and Trump and Giuliani, they figured their way out. If you really believe it, you'd be like Muhammad Ali. Put me in jail. That's guts. That's you understand?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
I stand with you.
Right.
But these guys, it's not going to happen. It's like I said, the last council hearing I went to about Veterans Council hearing, I got up and after they were crying, we have to help all these councilmen. They're crying. I got up and says, "Who are you guys bullshit?" I came here 20 times.
Right.
I've been doing this for years coming here, and I hear the same thing from you. And when you walk out the door, you forget veterans.
Right.
And one of the councilwomen says,
Oh, we got a dog.
"Oh, okay."
Anthony said
And last one of the council members said, "It's all right."
The councilwoman says, "You're right. When we walk out, we forget you guys."
That's it.
That was a councilwoman talking.
Wow. Dan, keep on fighting, brother. Dan, have a good one. Say hi to the fam, all right, brother? Have a good one. There you go. There you have it.
From the guy himself.